automobiles in the air, tear homes to shreds, defeather chickens, and rotates violently. My name is Yushana Ford, and today I will be informing my audience about the different types of natural disasters and what to do if you're ever caught in a natural disaster. While earthquakes are natural disasters, they can be acknowledged. Let's take a look at this photo given to us by CNN News. This photo shows an earthquake that happened in Haiti in 2010. Reporters say that it only lasted 30 seconds and 3 million people were affected by the earthquake. Now, while earthquakes may seem dangerous or completely life-changing, hurricanes can be just as much as a life-changer because they involve violent winds, heavy rain, which results in heavy flooding. Let's take a look at this photo. This is a photo of Hurricane Katrina that hit New Orleans back in 2005. This was known to be one of the most dangerous and expensive hurricanes to ever happen in the U.S. in U.S. history. It had a wind of 175 miles per hour. Fox News said that over 1,800 people were killed. Many people had to move out of the city to live somewhere else, and 80% of New Orleans was completely flooded. New Orleans celebrated their 10-year reunion last year. Reporters say that the population is now down and Mardi Gras has doubled in its attendance. Not all hurricanes are equal in strength. The Starfire Hurricane Scale says that there are 5 categories, 5 being the strongest. Now let's turn from hurricanes to tornadoes. The appearance of tornadoes is a narrow funnel and it can be disguised. NOWA Online News says that is what can make them so dangerous. Tornadoes can come in many different colors. Tornadoes that form over dry areas can be more invisible. Tornadoes that form over a body of water could be possibly blue or white. And tornadoes that form more slower could be possibly darker. Let's take a look at this photo provided by the Houston Chronicle. This is a tornado that hit Waco back in 1953. According to the Fogetta scale, this was a F5 tornado, which is the complete strongest. Waco believed in many years in this Indian legend, thinking that Waco was safe from any violent storms. Now, the last thing that I am going to talk to you about is going to be what to do if you're caught in any of these storms. Earthquakes. Crawl under a table and hide your head with your arms. Stay away from any windows. Hurricanes. Shut off all utilities, fill your tub up with water, and stay away from windows. Tornadoes. Tune in into your local weather radio station and stay on your lowest floor. If you're caught outside, possibly try and hide in a ditch and cover your head up with your arms. After all natural disasters, there is help. That's when our American Red Cross and FEMA comes into play. American Red Cross gives you food, clean water, and shelter. FEMA helps everyone to get back on their feet after all natural disasters. Now let's summarize. We have earthquakes that shakes the ground and leave a crack. We have hurricanes that can move at rapid speeds, and we have tornadoes that spin violently. Also, we have our American Red Cross and we have FEMA that helps us after any of these natural disasters. Scientists today are using technology to try and figure out where are natural disasters possibly coming from. Perhaps someday technology would even tell us, and detect when earthquakes will happen. That concludes my speech. Would there be any questions?
Yes, I have a question. You were mentioning about FEMA help to get the people back on their feet. In what ways does FEMA do that?
FEMA have a program where they allow people to enroll and apply for their program to help anyone and everyone after a natural disaster, help them to get back on their feet because a lot of people lose completely everything. So it tries to help them sustain their life and get their life back to how it was before that disastrous storm had hit.
I remember Katrina when it hit, there were a lot of lives lost, a lot of lives, there were people being misplaced, couldn't find their family members, and a lot of people were also relocated to Houston, I know of. Do you think there were any other cities that the people were relocated also to?
Actually, yes. A lot of people went to many different cities. They went Houston, they went to Austin, San Antonio, Dallas, possibly wherever they could go to get out of that city, somewhere else that was safe. And a lot of them actually stayed there, and that's why the population in New Orleans is actually down to this day. A lot of people never returned. They just relocated and stayed there.
So, what is the difference between natural disasters and man-made disasters?
A natural disaster is kind of what it sounds like. A natural disaster is something that just happens out of the nature. There's really no explanation, it just forms. A man-made disaster is something that we kind of make. For example, the Twin Towers, that was an explosion made by man, or a gas explosion. Those are all disasters that happens from us. Would there be any more questions at this time?
I had one. You were touching on the tornadoes. I understand that there are tornado sirens that go off whenever tornadoes are about to hit that gives you warnings. What are some of the indicators like throughout the city, or how do we find out where those sirens are?
I would possibly say to always watch your news channel. The news channel is always going to keep you updated on anything that's going to happen. They will let you know if you should possibly evacuate, or if it's something that's minor, you don't really have to worry about evacuation. So possibly always stay in tune with your local news channel. And would there be any more questions at this time?
Yes, I have one last question. You said that the people of New Orleans, the population rate was down right now. Do you ever think that the city of New Orleans will ever be fully rebuilt back the way it used to be?
Actually, I think that it will take time. So yes, it possibly could. It just takes a little time to get it back. Like I said, it was very, very expensive. New Orleans and Mississippi together, they costed them $150 billion just to try and get back to where they were before. So it's going to take time, but they could possibly get it back to how it was and get their population back up.
Okay.
Okay, and that concludes my questions. Thank you.